So in the following of our REST API in Django tutorials, we're going to, before we want to test our REST API, because up to now we have completed our views.py and all of our files, we need to complete our urls.py for our to-do items, and finally we're going to test our RESTful API. So here in this file, I'm going to also import our new class, which we completed in the last videos. So here inside of our views.py, we had a new class which we hadn't imported, and the name is to do detail API view. So I'm gonna copy this and paste it in the imports over here. So there we go. So now we're going to use this instead of our new path or URL. So path, and here we're going to have API, and then we're going to have, oh, actually not this, we're going to have int and then to do ID, and also here this one. And now we're going to use this new class to do detail view, to do detail API view dot as view, and there we go. So now our project is completed. Let's save this, and now let us also get into our virtual environment. So cd space dot dot and source dot activate. So there we go, it's been activated. So cd to REST API again, REST underline API, and oh, cd to REST API folder. And now we're going to run python manage.py run server. Okay, let's follow the link. So now let me just follow the link. So now we're going to get into our API. Oh, it's within our other URLs, so let's get to our URLs. And so we have to-dos, and then we have API. So we have included to-do URLs, so that's fine. So to-dos, to-do URLs or to-dos, and then API. Okay, there we go. We've done this before, and so as you can remember, we added two tasks, and from the first user, these are two tasks, and now we can get the number related to each one of the tasks. So let us request for the first one, and as you can see, you are seeing the first one, my homeworks. So let's add the second one. Here we are actually requesting our task. So this is the second one. So if you want to update this one, you can. So let me copy this over here, paste it right here, and here we do not need the update, and the user ID also we do not need this one. So we want to update the new task to, for example, washing the dishes. So here, as you can see, we have the put, right? Because we had the item inside of this URL, which is the second one, the second task. So we're going to update or put request. So let's update it. And so we seem to have a problem here. JSON parse error expecting property name enclosed in double quotes. So this is a syntax problem, I guess. Let me do this another time. Complete it. And let me change this to washing the dishes. So probably here we need to, okay, let me add washing. So again, we have this error. So now I've pasted one of my tasks. So here I can add task or task 2. So let me do it now. It's been updated to task number 2, right? So it was a new task and now it's been updated to task number 2. And if I paste this one more time and set this to true, so this will be updated accordingly. So again, there seems to be an error and I'm not sure why. Yes, it's because the true should be written with small letter. Now it's been updated and as you can see it's true and it's again the new task. So now the update also works. The put, the query or get works. So we've also tested the post. So now let's try deleting this one. So if we click on the delete, the second task will be deleted. So let's delete it, and as you can see it's been deleted. So then it will query again and it says to do instance has been successfully deleted. So it does not exist anymore. If you refresh, it says because we are getting this URL, we're trying to get, this is the get request for the second URL. It says that the object with the given to do ID does not exist, just the same as what we wrote in our code related to our response. So let us try the third one, which we haven't even created that. Again, you can see this response object with a given to do ID does not exist. Let's try 1000. Again, the same response will be seen. The object with the given to do ID does not exist. But if we try the ID number 1 for our to-do list, you can see it does exist because we have created it. And these IDs are going to be automatically created according to the sequence of what we have added. And notice that this user is Mike. If we add another user, we will have different IDs, right? So the first ID for other user does not exist, so we need to create that. So each user can log in and create their own to-do list, right? So this to-do list could be the items of a social media, it could be a post, it could be a picture, it could be anything that we add to the social media, and for each one is different. So this one, this data for backend can then be developed by the front-end developer, and then it can become a very huge project. It can be a very interesting one, and this is why we use REST API and REST framework in Django or any other frameworks, web frameworks for the developers. So that's it for this part of our tutorials, and I hope you've enjoyed it and it's been useful. And so we've finished this part related to our REST framework, but we have a long way to go with our Django tutorials.